Men don't look at your face first. And before you roll your eyes, hear me out, because there's actual science behind this. And once you understand it, you'll never think about your shoes the same way again. There's something happening every single time you walk into a room. A split-second moment where eyes drop down before they even come back up to your face. It sounds strange, maybe even a little weird, but it's real, it's documented, and honestly, once you know why it happens, it completely changes how you think about what you put on your feet. Because if the first thing someone registers about you is happening from the ground up, then your shoes aren't just an accessory. They're your opening statement. They're the first sentence of the story you're telling before you even open your mouth. And today we're going to break down exactly why this happens. What men are actually picking up on when they notice feet, and how a great pair of heels does something to your entire presence that no other piece of clothing can replicate. This isn't about dressing for men. This is about understanding the psychology behind attraction and first impressions so you can use it in your favor, consciously, every single day. So stick with me here, because by the end of this you're going to see heels completely differently. Not just as something pretty to wear, but as a tool that works on a level most people never even think about. Let's start with the problem, which is that most women have no idea how much attention their feet are actually getting. You spend time on your outfit, on your hair, on your makeup, and then you throw on whatever shoes are closest to the door. Or worse, you wear flats because you think nobody's going to notice anyway. But here's the thing. People notice. And they notice fast. Researchers who study eye tracking, basically technology that follows exactly where someone's eyes go when they first see another person, have found that the visual scan of a person's body doesn't always start at the face. In fact, in a lot of cases, especially when someone is approaching from a distance or walking into a space, the eyes catch movement first. And what moves most distinctively when a woman walks? Her feet, the stride, the sound, the shape of the shoe, the way a heel changes the angle of the ankle and the entire line of the leg. The brain is processing all of this before a single conscious thought happens. It's not creepy. It's not weird. It's just how human visual attention works. We're wired to notice movement, and we're wired to make fast judgments. The feet and the way someone moves are massive inputs into that judgment. The issue is that most women are completely unaware this is happening, which means they're leaving one of the most powerful first impression tools on the table every single day without even realizing it. Now here's where it gets really interesting. And this is the part most people have never thought about. When a man notices a woman's feet, he's not just seeing a shoe. His brain is actually running a rapid-fire assessment of several things all at once. And none of them are fully conscious. The first thing is movement. Heels change the way you walk. They shorten your stride slightly. They shift your weight forward. They cause a natural sway in the hips because of how the body has to compensate for the elevated heel. This movement pattern is one that humans have been hardwired to associate with femininity for a long time. It's not something anyone decided. It just triggers something primal. The second thing the brain is picking up on is effort. There's a psychology concept called costly signaling. The idea that when someone does something that requires effort or sacrifice, it signals value. Wearing heels is not the most comfortable choice. Everyone knows that. And because everyone knows that, a woman in heels is unconsciously communicating that she cared enough to make that effort, that she put thought into how she showed up, that she takes her presentation seriously. That signal lands before a single word is spoken. The third thing, and this one is subtle, is proportion. A heel lengthens the visual line of the leg. It creates an optical illusion that changes how the entire body looks from the outside. The silhouette becomes longer, leaner, more elongated. The posture naturally improves because heels force the spine into a slightly more upright position. All of this is being processed in fractions of a second, and it all starts from the ground. So when someone notices your feet first, they're actually, whether they know it or not, already forming a full impression of your confidence, your care for yourself, your femininity, and your presence. All of that from a shoe. And here's the climax of all of this, the thing that really ties it together. A great pair of heels doesn't just change how other people see you. It changes how you see yourself. And that shift in how you carry yourself is actually what people are responding to more than anything else. There's research on what's called the enclosed cognition effect. The idea that what you wear physically affects your own psychology, your confidence, your cognitive state. When you put on a pair of heels that fit well, that look great, that make you feel put together, something shifts internally. You stand differently. You walk differently. You speak with a little more confidence. You take up space in a room differently. And other people feel that shift even when they can't explain it. The heel isn't just lifting your foot. It's lifting your whole energy. And that energy, that quiet confidence that comes from knowing you look good from the ground up, is exactly what draws attention before you even have to do anything. This is why women who wear heels consistently say they feel more powerful. Not because a shoe magically gives you power, but because the shoe triggers a state of mind. And that state of mind changes everything about how you move through the world. Men don't just notice feet first because of some quirk of visual attention. They notice feet first because feet, and specifically heels, carry the energy of the whole person wearing them. They're the foundation, literally and figuratively. So to wrap this up, the reason men notice women's feet first isn't random. It's not weird. It's a combination of how visual attention works, how movement triggers primal responses, how effort signals value, and how proportion and posture shift the entire visual impression of a person. And at the center of all of that is the heel. A good pair of heels is doing more work than you probably ever gave it credit for. It's changing your walk, your posture, your silhouette, your energy, and the very first impression you make before you've said a single word. So the next time you're standing in front of your closet deciding what to put on your feet, remember, that decision is the first sentence of how the whole room is going to read you. Make it count. If this changed how you think about heels, subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.